Hello, this is Courage Rises with Susan Jeffries, episode 15, where I'm interviewing Kim LaChapelle. Do you ever wish you had more courage to affect change in your life, or wish you could harness the courage you have to move forward faster towards your goals? I believe that exhibiting courage, or even being told you're courageous, can be transformational. Courage is not a trait that everyone is born with, but it can most certainly be learned through practice and shifting your mindset. My hope with these interviews is that you will recognize yourself in some of these stories of everyday courage, tell yourself you are also courageous, and begin to move the needle on your own courage continuum. Let's get started. Good morning, everybody. It's Susan Jeffries with Courage Rises, and I am very excited to introduce you this morning to my friend Kim LaChapelle. We have known each other for about a year and a half. We are in a networking group together, and we kind of feel like family at this point because, we've weathered this pandemic, or are weathering the pandemic storm together and trying to support each other in our businesses. But anyway, Kim, I'd love to have you introduce yourself to my audience.
Yes, hello, and thanks for having me, Suki. I'm honored. And again, my name's Kim LaChapelle. I'm married to Bill. I have been for 29 years. I met Bill at Chaparral High School, our junior year. He came the second semester of junior year, and I already knew what all the other guys were like, so wiped him right up. We have two children. We have Madeline, that's 23. She's a nurse, cardiac progressive care, and she's marrying Josh, who just started in dental school. We have a new puppy, a bulldog puppy that's coming soon. And then my son Will is in actuary science studying at ASU, and he's 20. So we are empty nesters, and I am 53 years old. I'm with Life Vantage. My company is Life Vantage, and I'm the distributor with them.
Perfect. Great. I'm actually a user of Life Vantage. I didn't connect with you for that, but with another person, but I love those products. They give me a lot of energy.
Yes.
So I have just a few questions that I want to start out with, if you don't mind. So what does courage mean to you, Kim?
Courage means to me that you fight through things. You have also you know what you want, and you don't necessarily let what other people are going to think matter. Like I think I saw in Dr. Phil many years ago. It's like, if you think people at the grocery store are looking at you and they're going to remember that you look a certain way, or your friends and saying things and so forth. They're really not. They have their own busy lives. So just plunging through what standing up for whatever it is that you're standing up for.
Yeah, be you.
Be me. Yes.
Yes. It's so funny. I remember when I applied for my first job, it was at a pharmacy in Wisconsin, and I remember I dressed up and I, put my head up high and I waltzed down the aisle like, here I am, 16 years old. I'm going to go get this job. And I'm thinking everybody in the store is going to look at me and know that I'm going to apply for this job. And of course, nobody cared at all. Yeah. So it was funny. So is it important to you to be seen as courageous by others, and why or why not?
I think it's important for me to be seen as courageous because until I was 17 years old, maybe even beyond that, I was known as the perfect one in the family. So I had that burden on me, actually. So I like the shift of being seen as courageous. It's something that I think most people would aspire to be. So I do like that label, although sometimes when you're not, again, you're not perfect.
Right.
So nobody struggle with that for a while until I let that all go.
Yeah. Nobody is perfect. I used to try to be perfect too, and it was not good for me.
No.
So do you have any tips for people about how to be more courageous in their lives, like how to move the needle on that courage continuum?
I think I've said it to myself more than one time. Put your big girl pants on and just do what you want to, what you should do. Whatever, whether it's a responsibility or a desire or an action. I think you just have to know that you can do anything and be confident in yourself and just do what's right for you.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
again, not worry about anything which is important in your life, for
Yeah.
sure.
And I think that that is a big step, is not worrying about what other people are thinking. You can, you have to use your courage to get beyond those expectations of your friends, your family, society as a whole.
That's right. And
Mhm.
you want to be around your people.
Yeah.
So
Be
yeah,
around your people.
for everybody. So that's
Very, very good. So, do you have a story of courage in your life, and would you like to tell it?
yeah, I do. I have kind of an ongoing story of courage in my life. Um, Again, I met my husband back at Chaparral my junior year, and that's I was 17. And that's when I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and that was 37 and a half years ago. So this guy
Mm.
started this whole journey with me, and he's in the other room right now. So he's an amazing person. But it all started when I was playing tennis. I was a really good tennis player, and my junior year, a freshman came in and took me off of my rank, and I kind of lost my mind.
That was unexpected, right?
Yeah, tennis, boyfriend, friends, clothes. Yeah, I think that
Mhm.
those were about the things that were important to me. And so I just lost my mind. Never thought of, well, you could just play her and beat her and
Yeah,
take that,
take that back.
which I was what I would do now. But, who knows at 17. So don't sweat the small things.
Mm.
Um, and then we went on to college. I found out, actually, I didn't know I had MS. I had a spinal tap and all that jazz. And when I was 17, and my parents didn't tell me, they were physicians, and actually a nurse and a physician. And the doctor said, don't tell her, just let her go to college. So we went up to NAU junior year. It took courage to, things would come and go, but once they came and I had difficulty walking and so forth, it took
Mm.
courage to just stand tall and watch.
Even
And
get out. Yeah.
what's going on with your ankle? I'm like, oh, it just hurt my ankle,
Yeah.
people ask. So we got through college, we got married, and then moved to Maryland, and the thought of having children came up. And we both, of course, wanted them, but we weren't so sure. My husband was real hesitant because he thought, oh, the Tim McGraw song was out then called "Don't Take the Girl." I don't know if
Oh,
you remember that song.
I don't.
No, you need to listen to it. And I'm like,
Okay.
oh my gosh, what a song. And he's like, I'm just thinking about Don't Take the Girl. Anyways, I'm so a very, very dear doctor, Dr. McFarland, who I don't think is with us anymore. But yeah, he just said to him, you know what, if she wants to have a child, it's going to be a thorn in this marriage if you don't. So, and thank God we did.
Yeah.
So we did, we moved forward with that. I just knew everything was going to be okay. And for most part it was but they're children. She was
Yeah.
a child with colic, and then grew into a toddler and moved
Yeah.
on and became Will, and I had two. And for anybody with two, full-time mom, it is like the
Oh,
job is the most intense job. um
it's nonstop. Yeah.
yeah,
You don't get a break.
yes. um but with always feeling, it was often a real struggle. So
Mhm.
I classify it as a struggle, a challenge. Let's just say it was a challenge. So I just got them the best schools I could find, and was an active parent in the classroom. I really didn't. I really wanted to be there, but it was exhausting.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they just knew it was important. Education was important, and mom was, was there with them, and I just tried
Mhm.
to be the best example that I could and push through
Yeah.
that.
Did they get questions about, why doesn't your mom, can't she do this and that?
Sure that they did over the years. I'm sure that they did, and I think they were pretty open with them.
Have they always known
Yeah.
about your MS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Of course, they don't know what you're actually feeling, but they do know that dad was a lot more active than mom was.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But I was there, except unless it was really hot out. The heat was really a problem. But unless they were really,
Yeah.
really hot out, I just plunged forward as much as I could.
Keep showing up.
Absolutely. Keep showing up.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that's 99% of parenthood. Just keep showing up.
Example, and yeah, anything they know, anything's possible. So And, it took me courage too. In October 2013, a girlfriend picked on me and just offered me something that she thought might help me. And, it took courage to take that step.
Sure.
It took courage to take that step, evaluate it on my own and see if it was for me. So,
Well,
yes,
and you get your hopes up, you know,
here we
every time anybody offers something that might help, you get your hopes up. Wow, this might be it, you know?
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It to be true type of thing. And I just,
Mhm.
what? My doctor said, hey, like eating a salad, so just go for it.
Yeah. Good. So, I mean, you talk about your kids before. Do you think that that your courageous actions have made an impact on them?
I really do because I remember, I was sitting in a restaurant, and they get up to open the door if they saw someone coming to the door. They do know that we have to make adaptations for different things, and they're very very kind people,
Oh, nice.
and they're just very kind to their friends. They very thoughtful, and I really think that I have to think that it had an impact.
Yeah. You know, I used to be a proponent of Suki's trauma theory of life, which was that kids who come from families with some kind of extraordinary circumstance, in my case, it was my father died when I was 6 years old. You know, you've got an MS and your kids grew up with that. You know, it could be anything really. But I think that I don't think it's true in the long run, but in the short run, when kids are young, I think that those kids who grow up in those families are just a little bit more aware of
And
others.
a little more resilient too.
Yeah. Mhm.
Really.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Anything else you want to tell me?
It did take courage to start my own business. I was in education. I had my marketing degree and my master's in education, and I was in that until Madeline was born, and that's 23. So probably about 24 years. I was out of work for about 20 years. I was a stay-at-home mom because I wanted to, but MS kind of afforded me the opportunity to do that. So it took, when the kids did leave the house, we're empty nesters now, and when they left, I remember in junior high and early high school when they were those ages, wondering what was I going to do when they left me, and because my options were very slim, and I didn't have the motivation of a child to, to get me to the soccer
Push
game,
yourself, right? Yeah.
get me all these things. So when things switches were flipped in my body, then I was more, I was back. I was able to, I was really out of the loop, but I had the courage to learn,
In
courage
terms
to
of being a business owner.
email and
Oh gosh,
not just being, I wasn't involved in life. That was it.
just
Um,
family. Yep.
yep. And just taking care of myself and them. So when they were gone and then I had this opportunity that presented itself, I could have said, no, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it. I'm back.
Yeah.
It's kind of a new lease on life. And yes, definitely taking it easy. Seeing, doing what I want to do when I want
Yeah.
to.
Well, I never think of you as taking it easy because you have this energy around you, this huge energetic aura. When you walk in the room, you're like, ah, Kim's here, you know, and so you don't appear to be exhausting yourself, but you always feel like, yeah, I'm good to go. I'm ready. Let's move. Let me help people.
And I do feel this. I'm definitely feel a calling to give back, and I do feel a force with me. It's almost like a vibration.
I think that's it, the vibration. I don't actually see it, but I feel it.
And I'm an energizer. People call me the Energizer Bunny. And I remember when I met a friend back in 2013. She's like, "Oh," she said to hug me. She's like, "You look like a little wounded bird."
Oh
So
my gosh, I can't imagine.
afraid to touch me. I was gonna break or something.
Well,
So
you are tiny. Yeah.
well, yeah, but I
Yeah.
must.
Yeah, you definitely have a go-getting positive aura about you, and that's one of the things I love about our friendship. I get energized when I'm around you. And we never see each other anymore, only through Zoom, and I can still feel it through Zoom. So that's good.
Well, things can always be worse. I mean, really. I mean, we could just look at today, this year. Oh my gosh. I thought this was a blessing in my home, in my circle. It was a blessing. I've had my husband home since February.
Mm-hmm.
I'm focused and productive. I'm not have all these distractions. So
Yep. I'm feeling the same way. And I get to see Mike more often because he's working at home. If he's got 10 minutes, we'll chat. And yeah, I've felt it a blessing too. I really like the new paradigm, and I've been building a business from home too. And so, I
everybody. So I am very grateful.
a lot less distraction.
Yes. And a lot of people don't want to be home together all day long.
We're the lucky ones.
Lucky and be healthy and happy and in the circumstances we are, because I know many are suffering. So
It's true. It's true. Okay. Well, I've really enjoyed our conversation, and thanks so much for being on my show. I like to share these stories in order for other people to see them and recognize maybe some of their courageousness in someone else's story, and start thinking, oh, I'm courageous too, because of what they heard you say. So
these have been very inspiring. I've got from your other interviews are very.
Thank you.
They're very inspiring and make you feel inspired to do things too.
Yeah, I love getting to know people better. And you don't see their story from the outside, of course. It's only when you spend time. And so I hope I'm allowing people to spend time with people that aren't in their sphere normally, and learn from them and learn about themselves through others.
Yes, learn, listen, and ask questions, right?
That's right. That's what it's all about.
You're good at that.
Well, thanks. Yeah. Well, thanks, Kim. Thanks for being on the show. And I'll get this edited and out there.
Great.
So
much.
Thank you, and stay healthy.
I will. You too.
Thanks. This has been Courage Rises with Susan Jeffries. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that you recognized yourself in some of the courageous actions and thoughts of my guest. If you want to get notified of new episodes, please go to YouTube to the Courage Rises channel, like this episode, and subscribe to my channel. Never forget that courage can be learned through practice and shifting your mindset. If you have a story of courage to tell, or you're immersed in this subject matter, or if you'd like to learn more about moving the needle on your own courage continuum, you can email me at susan@couragerises.life. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.